What do a $143,000 bottle of wine, a spot among the top 12 wines of the 20th century, and over 50 gold medals have in common? They all belong to Penfolds Grange. Hailed as the king of Australian wine, ranked exceptional, the highest tier, in the prestigious Langton's classification, and the only wine listed as a South Australian heritage icon. How did a bottle reach such legendary status? This isn't just a story about grapes and oak barrels. It's a tale of rebellion, secrecy, and ultimately, breathtaking success. Welcome to Fine Wines, where we uncover the fascinating stories of fine wines and personalities behind them. In this video, we'll dive into the fascinating history of Penfolds Grange. To understand Grange, we need to go back to Penfolds' origins. Imagine, over 170 years ago, an English doctor, Christopher Penfold, arrives in Australia. He brings vine cuttings from France, not to make grand wines, but to treat anemia. Yes, Penfolds initially made fortified wines, mimicking Portuguese port, based on Dr. Penfold's belief in their medicinal properties. Settling near Adelaide with his wife Mary, they built a stone cottage that still stands today, the heart of the Majel estate. Before World War II, Penfolds was known for these sweet, strong, tawny-style wines. But the world changed after the war, and so did Australian tastes. Fortified wine sales declined. Penfolds needed a new direction. Enter Max Schubert. He started at 17 as a messenger boy, the kid they called for dirty jobs.
Odd job boy about the place. If anybody wanted anything done, particularly anything dirty, they used to yell out, "Boy," and I would answer to that.
But by age 33, in 1948, he was chief winemaker. This was no yes man. He defied management to enlist during the war. After returning, Penfold sent him to Spain to study sherry production. But Max, once again, had other ideas. He went to Bordeaux. Right there, he had a breakthrough.
And I went to Bordeaux, and that's where I really became interested in the dry red production. I was shown some magnificent wines there up to 50, 60 years old, and I'd never seen wines like this before.
He saw great red wines built to last, and he became determined to create something similar back in Australia, using Australian Shiraz. Returning inspired, Max crafted the first Grange in the 1951 vintage. The method, he said, seemed fairly straightforward, but with several unorthodox features. He used mostly Shiraz, blended with some Cabernet Sauvignon, an unusual blend for the Old World, where these grapes originate from different French regions. He insisted on using new American oak barrels, revolutionary for Australia at the time. And crucially, he aimed to create a wine built to age for 20 years or more. But when he presented his creation to management and experts, disaster struck. The wine seemed too tannic, too harsh, lacking fruit. The market rejected it. Penfolds management ordered Max to cease Grange production immediately. But Max Schubert didn't give up. He simply kept making Grange in secret. For several years, hidden in the cellars, he crafted the 57, 58, and 59 vintages, hiding them from the board. Funnily enough, these secret vintages are the only ones not aged in new oak, easier to hide old barrels from management. Then, the unthinkable happened. Someone decided to enter an early vintage of Grange into the prestigious Royal Sydney Wine Show in 1962. And the 7-year-old wine won! It swept the major awards, stunning the judges with the complexity and potential that had finally emerged with age. Penfolds management had no choice but to admit their mistake and officially reinstate Grange production. Max barely skipped a beat. He'd never stopped anyway. So, what is Penfolds Grange? It's predominantly Shiraz, with a component of Cabernet Sauvignon. But its uniqueness goes beyond the blend. Unlike the European concept of terroir, wine from a single specific place, Grange embodies a different philosophy. Grapes for Grange are sourced from multiple regions across South Australia, and sometimes even other states. The goal is to select the absolute best, highest quality fruit, regardless of its precise origin. Officially, Grange carries the designation BIN 95. But what does BIN actually mean? You'll see many Penfolds wines use BIN, followed by a number. It simply stands for Batch Identification Number. Originally, it quite literally referred to the physical cellar area, or bin, where wines of a particular style were stored before bottling. So, bin 95 was historically stored in bin number 95 in the cellar. From the moment of its official return, this bin 95, this Grange, began conquering the world. Over 50 gold medals across various vintages. The 1955 vintage, named by Wine Spectator as one of the top 12 wines of the 20th century. The 71 recognized by Fine Wine magazine as the greatest wine of the 1970s. At the legendary 1979 Paris Wine Olympics, Grange beat the best Syrah, Shiraz wines from 33 countries. The first vintage, the 51, became the most expensive Australian wine ever sold at auction, just under $143,000. In 1995, Wine Spectator named the 1990 Grange its Wine of the Year. In 2001, Grange was listed as a heritage icon of South Australia. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.